On this video,
we're going to show you 2 different ways to pack for a 3-day, 4-night cruise to the Bahamas.
yes, so we have the one that goes cheap, the one that drives and brings everything. So let's show you what we have. First, we're going to talk about the cheap one. So how are you going to get there?
I'm going to go in the cheapest possible airfare I can get. Ideally, my goal is a $34 airline ticket, which is hard but not unheard of, but expect to spend between $60 and $100 for your airline ticket.
Okay, so you're flying into what, Orlando?
If possible, yes.
Okay, all right. So let's show us how you're going to travel.
Okay, first I need some liquid protein.
Yes, I've really gotten into the Prosecco since
I've gotten into gas station wine.
Okay, so Teresa, go ahead and show them what you got, and I'm going to move out of the way.
Okay, so when you're flying inexpensive air, they don't allow a carry-on bag. Don't bring a carry-on bag. You want to get, what they're going to tell you you can take is one personal item that is not a carry-on bag. There's a difference in airline language. So what you want to do, you want to get a bag like this, and you can find them very inexpensively online. I think I paid $10 or $15 for mine with shipping, and I don't have a Prime account. The measurements of this bag are somewhere between 18 by 12 inches and 16 by 10 inches. And I got everything in here that you're going to need for 3 to 4 days. First of all, I cannot express this strongly enough. Nobody cares what you're wearing. That is the truth. That's in the Uber on the way over and the airport on your stay there, the entirety of the cruise. You're not on the Love Boat. Don't bring your prom gown or wedding dress to wear to dinner because nobody cares. You could wear the most ridiculous outfit in your mind. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you. Everyone is having a good time, and they assume that if you feel comfortable in your skin and clothes, that you are, because nobody's laughing at them. They are not going to laugh at you. So here's the first thing. Probably on your cruise, they're going to have something called
Okay, I'm going to cut this part out, but make sure you show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you see that? Can they see the bag?
I think so.
Okay.
So what I'm doing also to get around not being able to take everything with me that I would normally do is I'm going back to my roots. In the 80s, we had fanny packs, okay? And you want to keep things in here like your glasses, a little notebook, and a rubber band, because you never know when you're going to need a rubber band. This is where your passport is. You probably don't need your driver's license, but you'll want to take a credit card. I have my passport and my COVID vaccine card in here. Don't judge. I keep my card in here only because I don't want to be out of the country and suddenly governments change their mind and be like, oh, now to get on a plane, you need a COVID card. And mine is in my bedroom 7,000 miles away. So I keep it in my passport. Also in here, you want to carry things like your lip balm, whether it's a balmy rubby thing or a chalky waxy thing. A little thing of hand sanitizer. If you find that you have extra time, I cannot more strongly recommend that you get down to Cocoa Beach and go to the Dinosaur Museum. I think it's one of the greatest places on earth. The gift shop alone is like a museum. It's where I bought this. I never endorse anything unless they're paying me, but I love this place. Also in the front here, you want to keep things like a Ziploc bag full of, in my case, antacids, gas pills, some NSAIDs for if I get a headache. I have my iron pills in here, and a capsule that seems to have broken open and dusted open everything. I also have my rock lobster and my blue pancake manta ray. What? It is a blue pancake.
I'm sorry, folks, but it is a sea pancake.
It's a sea pancake.
The sea pancake squad, and she just never seems to get it. So
Because-
how come she's on the squad?
Because I like gas station wine.
Okay.
So this you're going to wear, and you're going to keep all of your handy stuff in here. If you have to, you could probably cram in something like socks and underwear, which I'm not going to show you. I didn't bring socks because you're going to the Bahamas. You'll look silly in flip-flops. Not that anyone would judge. I would judge. Okay, so probably on your cruise, they're going to have something like a whiteout night, which is a fancy, I guess, dance with a bar. And sure, you could go to it and bring whatever white outfit you want, but make sure that you can versatile it up. So let's pretend that this is white. It's really pink, but let's pretend it's white. Because also, if you don't want to eat at the buffet, they have the restaurant. The restaurant does not want you showing up in your bathing suit and flip-flops. But if you're wearing your bathing suit and you put something like this over it, it's a rayon-y kind of outfit. It's wrinkle-free. And I mean, it's a little bit wrinkled now, but you just hang this sucker for 10 minutes and it's beautiful, wrinkle-free. You put on that. You put on something like this, a little beach wrap, and if these colors matched, it would be better, but they don't have to. But you put on something like this, and you are gussied up. You're probably going to be the most overdressed person in the dining hall. So you want to bring something that could be a beach gown or your dress-up gown, and then a wrap to kind of hide the fact that it's your beach gown. For me, I bring 2 bathing suits. One that matches my fancy dress, and then one that is just black, because black goes with everything. Ta-da! I bring 2 so that when one is wet and drying, I can wear the other one. You'll want to bring something like a nightgown. Don't go bringing your nightgown and your robe and your flip-flops and your snippers and your... Nobody cares, because you're going to be in a room, probably an inside cabin with no windows, because that's the cheap way to go. And the room's going to be dark, and you're going to be asleep, and nobody can see you. Just bring, for me, I bring a 5X large t-shirt that I sleep in. That's me. I keep something like this. It's a little bag with all of my accessories in. I always keep a couple of grocery store shopping bags because they're good for things like wrapping up dirty socks and underwear in, or you never know what you might need them for.
I thought you weren't bringing socks.
I'm not, but other people might.
Okay.
This is where my fan is. You don't want to get good at snapping this and making loud snapping sounds because it's really irritating to your fellow cruisers, but it's kind of good when you're at the poolside and you just need a little breeze. I know that these sort of travel size suntan lotions and toothpaste and hand creams and hand sanitizers are expensive, but if you know you're going on a cruise in like 2 months from now, every time you go to the supermarket, buy one of these very small and exceedingly overpriced items, because then it doesn't seem like you're blowing a lot of money. Keep them in a bag so that if one or all of them explode, it doesn't get all over your dressy gown and your bathing suit. Also, fun tip, when you get your suntan lotion, try it at home before you go. So I'm not going to say names, but somebody found out the hard way. She was allergic to the suntan lotion. One of the many uses for your grocery store shopping bags is a second pair of flip-flops. Because, you walk around in these things and you can step in things like tobacco juice and E. coli, and you don't want to spread that throughout your bag. So you want to keep these wrapped up when you're not wearing them. I am always cold, 24/7. And yes, you would not believe it, but this is not a travel blanket, folks. This is a blanket blanket. This is the kind of blanket you use at your house when you're cold and wrapped up. It's like gigantic big. And these things, if you're clever and you watch some other online video like how to fold things wee teeny tiny, you can get this and everything else I've just mentioned comfortably in your bag. Bring a phone charger. Mine is god-awful long. It's got to be 18 foot. But that's because I didn't know the cabin was only going to be like 6 foot and that I could actually jump rope with it. But you want to bring something super long because you don't know where you're the charging station for my phone was not quite close enough to my bed so that when my first of 6 alarms went off in the morning, I could reach my phone easily. So this was really, really good that this cord was so long. Last thing to bring, and this is really important, because remember you're flying on an airplane, and the TSA is funny about things like screwdrivers and Swiss Army pocket knives and anything that could be a blade. Kneading noodles are oddly allowed, but anything that you could use to potentially take over the cabin, they will not allow. So I recommend this, a plastic dinosaur. The reason I say this is because the mouth opens and the teeth are really, really, really sharp. And I've actually cut myself on the little spikes on his back and the teeth in his mouth. And you can cut string, you can cut dental floss, you can cut the little plastic tags that you may have forgotten to take off your new shirt. And nobody's going to question you having a small T-Rex in your travel bag. When the TSA officer looks at you, you can go, yes, it is a T-Rex. And he's going to go, okay. And he's going to put it back in your bag, and he's going to pass you through just as quick as he can to not have to ask you any more questions. Why? Because you're going to answer those questions, and he does not want to hear those answers. He has 1,000 people he needs to get through, and he don't care why you have a T-Rex. So that is everything that I am taking with me on my 3-day, 4-night wonderful cruise to the Bahamas that I have set up with Kimberly Cruises. And it was a smash. I loved my trip. It was fantastic. I cannot wait to do it again. I'm thinking of calling in COVID at my job so that I can go with her again soon. Thank you for watching and being entertained. If you are, please put it in the comments below. And if you would like me to show you how to do anything else, I don't care what, mention that too. Have a great travel. It's still recording.